Welcome to the course on issues with goods receipt POs. In this topic, we will explore how to receive incorrect shipments from a vendor in a goods receipt PO document. Sometimes your supplier only delivers a partial order, other times the supplier delivers too much of an item. In either case, you track the amount delivered to ensure you receive a correct invoice. Sometimes vendors deliver too little or too great a quantity for an item. A vendor might send a different item than was originally ordered. In these circumstances, you can adjust the goods receipt PO accordingly to reflect the actual amount received. We will examine the options available in SAP Business One for resolving issues that arise at goods receipt. First, we will see how you can handle too little quantity by creating a goods receipt PO for a partial quantity. Second, we will see how you can increase quantity on a goods receipt PO when you receive too large a quantity. Third, we will look at how you can add new items when you receive substitutions. Later on, when the vendor sends a subsequent shipment, you can reference the purchase order a second time. You can reference a purchase order as many times as needed, as long as the status is open. If you do not expect to receive any additional deliveries for a quantity of items not yet received, then you should close the purchase order so that the open purchase order quantity is reduced. The status of the purchase order will change to closed. A purchase order is automatically closed by the system when all goods are received. If the purchase order has been partially received or not received, you can manually close it. The purchase order is not deleted, so you can still display or duplicate the document, but it is no longer available for copying to another document, such as a goods receipt, goods return, or AP invoice. Another option is to cancel a purchase order. This option is generally used when no items on a purchase order will ever be received. You can cancel a purchase order that has never been copied. As with the status closed, a cancelled purchase order is not deleted. You can still display or duplicate the document, but it cannot be copied to another document. A cancelled purchase order does not appear in the purchase analysis report, whereas a closed one will appear. You can also choose to close a particular row rather than the entire document. Sometimes vendors delivers too great a quantity for an item. When you refer to a purchase order document while entering a goods receipt, you can increase the copied quantity to reflect the actual delivered quantity. A vendor might send a different item than was originally ordered, perhaps to substitute for an out-of-stock item. In the graphic, 2 of 3 items ordered were delivered by the vendor. Those 2 items were copied from the purchase order to the goods receipt PO. However, the third item was not delivered. Instead, the vendor sent a substitute item. When this occurs, you can add the additional item to the goods receipt PO. If the originally ordered item will never be delivered, you should close the original purchase order so that this undeliverable item does not continue to appear on purchasing reports as an open item. Here are some key points. When creating a goods receipt PO with reference to a purchase order, you can copy all or some of the rows and adjust quantities for each row. You can reference an open purchase order as many times as needed. A purchase order is automatically closed by the system when all rows are fully referenced. If the document is partially received, you can manually close the document or close individual rows. If no items on a purchase order will ever be received, you can cancel the document. A cancelled purchase order does not appear on the purchase analysis report, unlike a closed one. You have completed the topic for receiving incorrect deliveries on a goods receipt PO document. Thank you for your time.